Yet I had planted thee a noble vine, holy, a right seed. How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? I like to give all glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Bahashem, Rakak Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles that have taught this truth and continue to teach this truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. The title of this one is going to be The Degenerate Plant. And so let's dive into some audio from Jake, and then we're going to filter that through the scriptures. We're going to get into the meat and potatoes, and we're going to close this out.
Mexicans don't like blacks because I was talking to Mexicans. I said, why y'all don't like black people? He said, black people, we're quick to turn on each other. He said, when a Mexican come in, like we in jail, and he showed me. He said, let's sit right here and watch. So they bring new people in. He said, watch this. When a Mexican come in, other Mexicans run to the door, help him with his bag. When a white guy come in, white people go out there, help him out, get him situated. When a black person come in, all the black people sit back and say, that nigga might be a snitch. Or he might be touching kids. We criticize you before you come through the door. And he said, that's why I don't deal with black people.
And so, to dive into that a little bit deeper, the true reason why our own people don't deal, there's that division. And we're going to go into it right here in 1Kings 12. We're going to get an account of this. But really, to get to the point, we have become oppressive onto our own people. And what do I mean by oppressive? We mistreat them. Why? And we treat them like the heathen. Why? Because you can't see beyond the fact that they're your people because they don't look like you. And so because they don't look like you, you think that they're not you. You think exclusivity to being an Israelite is being black. And we're not black, we're brown. Different shades of brown. And so when you look at the different tribes, for example, Issachar, the Mexicans, which this brother is talking about right now through his experiences. Ephraim, Puerto Rico. Manasseh, Cubans. And so when you look at when you look at the tribes and you see that they don't necessarily look like you, all of a sudden you feel yourself better than them. You treat them like heathens when they're your people. Especially you wicked ass nigger woman. And you wicked ass niggas, you follow in the footsteps of her behaviors. Why? Because you were raised by her. And that's a whole different topic. I don't want to get into that and get off topic. But yeah, you were raised by her. And you reflect her behaviors. Why? because you weren't around your father. Either your father was denied access to you. Because of their bickering between each other. Or she didn't tell you the truth of who your father was. Either way, you didn't grow up around your father. Some of you may have had a father, but he was handcuffed in being a real father to you. He wasn't truly your father. He did the best that he could. And so I don't want to get too far off topic. We're going to stay in line. But my point in saying all that is you reflect your reflections of your mother. Women judge things by its appearance. Oh, I don't like the way that looks. Ain't that what they say? And so on and such forth. I'm not going to go into their behaviors. They judge things from an emotional standpoint. It made me feel and all this old nonsense. That's not how men conduct themselves. And some of you, there are a few of you that were raised by your fathers. But he mirrors the ideals of his mother. And so you mirror the ideas that your father mirrored. There are a few of you that stand on business because there are some brothers out there that didn't play that shit. But as a whole, we have become like a degenerate plant. We reflect ideas, ways, and thinkings that are not of Yahweh. That's my point. And you misunderstand that we have been scattered amongst all the nations. And so those that were scattered among those nations look like those nations. And so you treat our brethren, Issachar, the Mexicans, because they look apart, you treat them like heathens. That's the point that we're getting to. Okay? And they're not heathens. They're our people. Okay? And yes, there are some amongst them that look like the Mexicans or the Issachars that are not our people. And so how do we differentiate? Let's get a quick piece up here. All right? For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh thy power. Yahweh thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Okay? And so why do I bring that out? I bring that out to say this, that if Yahweh has chosen us to be a special people unto himself, then he gave us qualities that separate us, qualities upon which we can be identified, that separates us away from the heathen. And so one of those qualities, and so let's get a precept for it, okay? Matthew 5:13. You are the salt of the earth. But if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men. And so what is that salt that has lost its savor in this context? That would be Esau and the heathen. What does it mean by salt? Flavor. Sometimes amongst the tribes, you'll hear sugar, but not in the sense that we know it here in the States. What is that flavor? What is that identifies us and separates us from the rest of the heathen? One of them is rhythm, the ability to dance and express rhythm, to sing. And so I'll try and find another precept. When we gave thanks and praise unto Yahweh, Yahweh asked for us to sing on to him with song and timbrel. There was a saying amongst the heathen when they had us in captivity, and they would say to us, sing us one of those songs of Zion. When you look today, who are the leading musicians and music of the world? And so that's just one of the identifiers of our people. And so when you see a person, he may look like an Asian, but he has the swagger and the vibe and the energy of our people. Then you know he's not of that nation, but he is of our nation. Why? How? Through the seed. And so your father determines who you are. And so, yes, we can go amongst any of the nations, women, and enter in onto them, produce seed, and they will be our people no matter what they come out looking like. All right, and so I don't want to drift away from the topic at hand, but the bottom line is we have become a degenerate plant, and we mistreat our people, oppressive towards them, wicked, and that's why they don't want to have no dealings, and they hate us for those reasons. And so let's get into an example of this and the origin of this behavior. All right. So let's go to 1Kings 12. And Rehoboam went to Shechem, for all Israel were come to Shechem to make him king. And it came to pass when Jehoram, the son of Nebat, who was yet in Egypt, heard of it, for he was fled from the presence of King Solomon, and Jehoram dwelt in Egypt. That they sent and called him, and Jeroboam and all of the congregation of Israel came and spake unto Rehoboam, saying, Thy father made our yoke grievous. Now therefore make thou the grievous service of thy father, and his heavy yoke which he put on us lighter, and we will serve thee. And he said unto them, Depart yet for 3 days, then come again to me. And the people departed. And Rehoboam consulted with the old men that stood before Solomon his father while he yet lived, and said, How do you advise that I may answer these people? And they spake unto him, saying, If thou wilt be a servant unto this people this day, and wilt serve them, and answer them, and speak good words to them, then they will be thy servants forever. But he forsook the counsel of the old men, which they had given him, and consulted with the young men that were growing up with him, which stood before him. And he said unto them, What counsel give you that we may answer this people, who have spoken to me, saying, Make the yoke which thy father did put upon us lighter? And so this is wicked unto itself. He forsook the advice of the elders to take the advice of his friends that were around him, that grew up around him. Imagine that. Continuing on. And the young men that were growing up with him spake unto him, saying, Thus shalt thou speak unto this people that spake unto thee, saying, Thy father made our yoke heavy, but make thou it lighter unto us? Thus shalt thou say unto them, My little finger shall be thicker than my father's loins. And not only did they respond in wickedness, I mean, this is completely wicked going on. This is not only wicked, but extremely disrespectful. Because he made reference to his private parts. Wicked. And now, whereas my father did lad you with a heavy yoke, I will add to your yoke. My father hath chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions. So Jeroboam and all the people came to Rehoboam the third day, as the king had appointed, saying, Come to me again the third day. And the king answered the people roughly, and forsook the old men's counsel that they gave him, and spake to them after the counsel of the young men, saying, My father made your yoke heavy, and I will add to your yoke. My father also chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions. Wherefore the king hearkened not unto the people, for the cause was from Yahweh, that he might perform his saying, which Yahweh spake to Ahijah the Shilonite unto Jeroboam the son of Nebat. And so, yes, this was prophesied to happen. Okay? And Yahweh spoke this to Ahijah. Okay? And it came to pass. All right? So let's conclude here. So when all Israel saw that the king hearkened not unto him, So when all Israel saw that the king hearkened not unto them, the people answered the king, saying, What portion have we in David? Neither have we inheritance in the son of Jesse. To your tents, O Israel. Now see to thy own throne, David. So Israel departed into their tents. But as for the children of Israel, which dwelt in the cities of Judah, Rehoboam reigned over them. Therefore King Rehoboam made speed to get him up to his chariot to flee to Jerusalem. So Israel rebelled against the house of David unto this day. And it came to pass, when all Israel heard that Jeroboam was come again, that they sent and called him unto the congregation and made him king over all Israel. There was none that followed the house of David, but the tribe of Judah only. And Rehoboam was come to Jerusalem. He assembled all the house of Judah with the tribe of Benjamin, 180,000 chosen men, which were warriors, to fight against the house of Israel, to bring the kingdom again to Rehoboam the son of Solomon. But the word of our power came on to Shemaiah, the man of our power, saying, Speak unto Rehoboam, the son of Solomon, king of Judah, and unto all the house of Judah and Benjamin, and to the remnant of the people, saying, Thus saith Yahweh, Ye shall not go up, nor fight against your brethren, the children of Israel. Return every man to his house, for this thing is from me. They hearkened therefore to the word of Yahweh, and returned to depart according to the word of Yahweh. I'm going to read that last verse one more time, and then we're going to close. Thus saith Yahweh, Ye shall not go up, nor fight against your brethren, the children of Israel. I'm going to say that again. Thus saith Yahweh, Ye shall not go up, nor fight against your brethren, the children of Israel. Return every man to his house, for this thing is from me. They hearkened, therefore, to the word of Yahweh, and returned to depart according to the word of Yahweh. I hope this was edifying. Shalom.